we won't outstrip our titanium more than that, so that's what we're doing for now. At least on flooring. It's interesting as we could also just do ceilings too. That's not something that we'd done so far, but you can absolutely just do ceilings as well. Okay, so I'll have to wait till more titanium comes in to continue doing this renovation, but... on the ground floor, we are. Okay. Well, finally it caught up with our bacteria. That took time. Super alloy is a process. Yeah, I didn't suspect that it would have gotten anywhere with that. What is this event? It's cool looking. I don't think I've seen this one before. There were like weird shimmering rings going on. That was cool. Huh. Neat. You can say hi to our friends. You are actually fairly large, my friend. They did grow up pretty big, didn't they? Except for you, you're just a tiny little guy. So that is another thing we could do, is just go out and abroad and look for animals, because we don't have all of their colors. It's easiest to get it from wild animals, although you can just run around and make them using all of your fish and whatnot, but that actually gets pretty expensive. We'll start like floating around out there. We'll look, see what we can get going. That's a cute looking frog. Hey there, frog. There is plenty of places that we've only quasi-explored too. But like animals will spawn like almost anywhere, so you just kind of gotta wander around and you'll eventually see them. Like right here. Hi guys. You're nice and blue. But that does mean we could pretty much wander just about anywhere. I don't think we need to particularly find any element or anything in particular, but we can still poke around inside of chests and stuff. We might find some nonsense. We still have our truck if we get full too. We don't specifically need any more, but we'll look at them. They pop up in front of us. Now, I don't actually know if we looked in these lakes by the ring. This looks like a little cave. Let's see what's in here. These walls are very pretty. This could be a source of pulsar quartz early on if you wanted some. Neat. Guess we could check out the other one too. Anywhere there's deep enough water, there might be secrets. This water doesn't look nearly as deep. enough? Hey, frog. I think that was the one we just explored. This one's also relatively deep, but I'm not seeing a cave on the side. I do see a ladder though. Is this the one we already explored? Oh no, we already saw this one. Okay. It's the same one we saw. Understood. Going on right here. There's an absolute ton of them just chilling here. These look like bees. And animals. We haven't seen a herd of anything in a while. Is it 4 of them? Usually there's 5, right? Yeah, I see 4. Understood. I wonder if it's just a sign that there's an oasis nearby. And nothing else. Or if there's something more to this area. Like maybe there's larvae here, but these don't look like butterflies. These look like bees. This looks a little bit like something, doesn't it? Or if there was something here, I don't see anything still here. Oh, there's a lot more animals right here. We'll take it. It's exactly what I came out here for anyway. I like your adornment. see what's going on down here. I do see butterflies down here. This one has butterflies. I mean, mostly I just see frogs around here, you know? It's uncommon. Common. Hey, frog. You're just a submerged frog, you're just chilling under the sand. I understand. Oh, you guys came to play. Just the two of you? Bits and bobs of a ruin that was here. Huh. Well, if there's special ones here, probably takes a long time to get them. Kind of poke along, I guess. They're kind of, I don't know if I've seen these types of butterflies before. They're like solidly black. Maybe they're rare to this area. Yeah, Albin. So I guess I gotta just look for ones I don't recognize. Try to get a few of these then. At least we know another place to get a rare one. Well, larvae are just kind of rare in general, so you just kind of gotta chill out and wait for them to exist. I guess we don't have to carry some of this nonsense. And it's not really gonna stop us from needing food, though. We didn't bring a ton of food. And we did find the one without too much trouble. So we know they do spawn here. There we go. Like I said, you kind of just got to keep picking them up, because only a couple will spawn around you at a time. As long as you do, they'll keep showing up. I think this is one of the colors you can't create, so that's why I'm going out of my way to get it. Well, we'll actually end up getting hungry and having to go back soon, so... I didn't actually even want that. It's okay. They are a little bit more uncommon than I'd like, but you know, we're getting them. You know, I wonder if the wildlife ones could pick out individual, like, things like this. I'm curious. Since we know that this is a place where they spawn, let us go ahead and explore that angles. If so, that would speed that up enormously. Alright, it gives us something to do. It's not standing around in a field. We got 2. 2 is technically enough. We're gonna go take the teleporter back. wondering if there's more frogs somewhere in here, because like we only got the one lava frog too, which is a little unfortunate. So there must be more frog patches here too. There just has to be. I refuse to believe otherwise. Because we got these ones egg patch, but there has to be another one somewhere. It seems unlikely that there's only one for the entire map. So I'm kind of just canvassing it right now to look for another frog patch. There we go. You're a frog patch. I knew there had to be at least one more. I mean, it still seems likely that there's more than two, too, but, I don't need to push our luck, you know? Yep, there's our teleporter. Get up and get a vantage point, maybe we'll see something. There we go. Oh! Burned our toesies, but we got it. I'll take that as the penance for getting frogs. Alright, let's go home. It'll find its way to the pile from here. These ones are rare. I'll set them in here so they won't go anywhere. We're almost to the full terraform. Nice, nice. Okay, so if we're gonna make those life form collectors, we need green I'm just gonna get a few, and we can go around to places that we know and see, like, if that works out. You don't have any, huh? Well, this'll work. Let's break it up. That'll give us the exact amount that we need. Alright, we're gonna actually need more food because we ate our food. We also drank our water, so we'll need to get a little bit of both. Okay. So this is actually pretty close to where we were at. We just have to get the direction correct. So it's actually almost straight west of here. Understood. That's the underground cave. We could kinda canvas the west side too to see if there's more frogs. That is where we were at. Yeah, we found the last one. Oh, no, that was actually the second one. Yeah. I know what I meant. I didn't say what I meant. Oh, I actually went the exact opposite way. Perfect. This might end up being better in a way. That just means we get to loop around on the north side now. This section looked a little suspicious. I wanted to look at it, but it was nothing. It was nothing. Alright, so let's see what happens if we place one down, if we can target that specifically. We sure can't. Unfortunate. Well, now we know. No big skin off our nose. But at least we know if we want them, we can just come back and wait around forever and you'll eventually find them. That's exciting. Let's go upstairs and look to see what's filling up and what isn't. Still pretty empty. No, actually, it's finally catching up with itself. It filled up on super alloy finally. Osmium's still a bit behind, but it's filling up. Titanium's still running a little slow. It must be used in some recipe. Or we didn't configure our thing to actually send properly. Which I suppose we should check on. Usually don't need more than one of each one, so it might just not be sending. Isn't. There we go. Problem solved. Well, it wasn't a real problem. It was more like an inconvenience. So I'm thinking that we actually end up moving our butterflies out a little bit so they stand out a little better. Maybe organize them a bit more. Where they're at is cool looking, but we have plenty of space. Let's kind of just like start moving things around and making them maybe not so crowded. Maybe get them a little bit more focused on one type at a time, instead of these matched sets that we currently have. Like anyone that's a matched set, I'm just gonna move over. And then eventually we'll have all of them. So the range on this is actually pretty enormous, so we don't have to have it as crowded as I had been having it either. And anything I don't have a matched pair for, I want to make or find more of. So that's what my current goal is. And then anything extra could be basically moved to a different area, different format basically, than on this. I guess I should go see how many are needed for a full set. That will kind of determine that. I may not have actually set up the butterfly section at all. That may be the case. In which case, we'll have to do it a little differently. Okay, so there is in fact... There's 10, 12, 13, 14, 17, 20 types of butterflies. Yikes. Alright. Some of which we do not have. Huh. Alright, well that tells me how many I could theoretically need. So that would mean we need a whole room dedicated just to that. That's crazy. Well, that is a thing we'll need. Well, some of this I can immediately undo. And the ones I need and don't need will become a little bit simpler. So one thing I did consider is that we may not have ever actually made just the standard frogs encampment. We might have just skipped over it, so let's go ahead and see if that is true. If True, it'll be funny if true, but also a little unfortunate for how long it took us to get to. Yeah, I don't actually see any of the irregular ones. Understood. I'm just kind of looking at what structural options we do have for changing up things as we go forward. There's lots of decorations, but I was looking at room shapes. So this should give us some more variety in colors if we want to make another round of these, and we do. I mean, I guess these are different shades, because otherwise I wouldn't show them as in here, I think. I don't think it shows duplicates. Oh, that looks pretty cool. So 4 was that one. What was 3? 3 was this one. I like 4. Well, I don't have the most amount of colors on these guys, unfortunately. Which one did I not do? I did 4. Was 3. I think it might be 3. Well, 4 is interesting. Okay, well that'll do it. We'll get ourselves another batch of them out here to match the other ones. So at least have some different ones chilling out here too. I guess I double did that one. Oh well. Hey guys. We can get a bit of a refund on our traits by just petting them all. Oh, you are a little big. Look at you being all ginormous. Fantastic. Are they still growing? It'll give us some more over the traits. They'll cycle their way back. Yeah, we are almost at full terraformation. You have to go a little further to get the other two, but it's not much further. Okay, so we're gonna have to revamp this area a little bit. To make it more useful. Well, let me consider. It might be simpler just to move the whole setup to a separate one, so I'll have one for trees and one for that. So the main thing is I'm gonna need some of the different mutagens. Pretty much all of them, to be honest. So that's a system I'll set in place in a moment. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna take a little break and then we'll continue with that organization, and I'll see ya in a moment. Bye bye now.